Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again, looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So I would like to look at the root causes of terrorism. This is going to involve some serious critical thinking and some shrewd analysis, except it's not. It is not. Here's the root cause of Islamic terrorism. It's Islam. No, it's not poverty. It's not oppression. It is Islam. In the face of the absolute worst imaginable terrorist atrocities, a common reaction amongst our pointy-headed leftists is to assume that these acts have to be the result of people having been grievously oppressed. Only someone brutally oppressed could ever have committed such violence. In intelligence circles, this sort of imaginative projection is known as mirror imaging. You're imaginatively placing yourself in the position of the enemy, in this case, radical Muslim terrorists. In the case of our social justice warriors, they, for very good reason, can't imagine ever engaging in such murderous violence. And so they believe that only unendurable suffering could have produced such resentment and hatred necessary to compel the terrorist violence. The more horrific the violence, the more the oppression is presupposed. We witnessed this after the 9/11 attacks, when numerous credulous celebrity intellectuals identified American foreign policy as the root cause of this mass horror. Look at what we've created: the poverty, the unemployment, the lack of education. They have no other voice than the voice of terrorists. Well, apart from the manifest immorality of such an argument, empirically it is false. The argument is immoral because no amount of oppression on the part of one group gives you license to deliberately murder and maim innocent people. That's terrorism. When a group of people deliberately kills innocents, this is a sign that you are on the side of moral evil. And this, really, I'm embarrassed to have to point this out. It's not a very difficult principle to grasp. And the argument is also empirically false in assuming, as leftists typically do, that the events are to be explained in terms of alleged root or structural causes. As J.M. Berger notes, he's an expert and has crunched the numbers carefully. This idea has been repeatedly discredited. In 2016, 2 studies found that recruits to the ISIS battlefield were more likely to come from higher economic backgrounds and lower inequality countries than other countries, right? The recruits from the wealthier countries and less economic inequalities produced more ISIS fighters. Plenty of Brits went over there, betraying their country to kill innocent people. Oh, and have the odd Yazidi sex slave. Yes, they did that too. Another study of more than 4,000 Muslim radicals found that the radicals had, on average, a standard of education considerably higher than the general population. That's from J.M. Berger's book from 2018. And then, of course, there's Osama bin Laden, the son of a billionaire, not exactly oppressed, is he, or living in poverty. His second in command, Ayman al-Zawahiri, had a degree in medicine, had a master's degree in surgeon, and was a surgeon by profession. Mohammed Atta, the 9/11 ringleader, was studying at the Hamburg University of Technology. Didn't seem to be living a life of poverty and oppression there, did he? No. And there are literally countless other examples. So anyways, utter nonsense. Well, we did a pretty good job at discovering the root cause of Islamic terrorism. Didn't take much time at all. Anyways, thank you so much for your time and attention and your continued support. It's very much appreciated. And please, if you haven't already, do check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. It's not important because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues could not be more important. And check out the reviews. People who read that book love that book. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye now.